Hello everybody, are you ready for some Pilates? Let's go through our setup and warm up first. So we're going to stand with the feet hip width apart, knees nice and soft, hips forward, shoulders down and relaxed, stretching up through the top of the head. So let's think about the weight in the feet. You want the weight distributed between your big toe, your little toe and your heel. And then think about pulling up that first diaphragm, so the arches of your feet. So pulling up inside the feet, so you're activating them. Come up to your torso. Let's find that neutral spine. So I'll come sideways on, and we're just going to tuck the tailbone under and push it back. So just rocking the hips backwards and forwards. And find that position in the middle, where you've got that soft curve in your spine. Hold it there. Let's find that tension. So remember, you can either pull in around the waist and find that soft tension at the waist, or you can pull up at the pelvic floor. So the latest research says you don't have to do both. So either one, so whatever works for you, just feel that tension in your core. And then feel the breath. We want to be breathing into the ribs, so in through the nose, out through the mouth. Big deep breaths. And then think about stretching up through the top of the head. So you're trying to lift the roof of your mouth up to the ceiling. So keep all of that going. Let's just gently warm up. So we'll start with the neck. So just going to take the head from one side to the other. Gently going round. Good job. And come back to the centre. Let's lift the shoulders up to your ears and just let them drop down. Lift up and let them drop. And every time you let them drop, a little bit more stress is going to go. Lift up and release. One more. Good job. Then let's warm these arms up, so bring them across the body, take them up and take them back. So start nice and slowly. Just move away from the wall a little bit. Take them round. As you take the arms back, try and squeeze the shoulders together. Squeeze it back. Let's go a little bit faster. And faster, and faster, and release it. Well done. Arms out to the side, so keep the hips forward, and we're going to turn at the waist. So remember your Pilates principles. This one you can focus on centering. So your core muscles are pulled in, keeping that contraction as you go from side to side. Very good. And come back to the centre. Let's get the legs warmed up. So we're going to just do a few gentle squats. So inhale to prepare. Exhale as you push that tailbone back. So remember, with the squat, it's as though you're sitting on a chair. And if you can, you're trying to get your bottom down as low as your knees. Now, obviously, if you've got any knee problems, just be a bit gentle. Look after your body. Push it down. Last one. And then we're going to come up on our toes. We're going to work our balance and wake up the feet. So everything's still in place. Inhale. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you come down. Stretching up. Lovely. Last one. And take it down. Well done. We're going to come to the end of the mat and we're going to roll down. Sorry, I've had to move the camera so you can see. So we're going to roll down onto the mat. So big deep breath. Exhale as you tuck your chin. Roll down. And then come down onto your mat. Now we're going to start with 4-point kneeling today. So make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. And we're going to start with just the hands, and we're going to keep them in contact with the mat all the time. So big deep breath in, exhale as you stretch, inhale as you come back. Now the most important part of this move is actually the switch from one side to the other. And you're trying to make sure that the weight doesn't change from one side to the other. One more. Now let's try that with the feet. So again, we're going to start keeping the toes on the floor. Stretching away. So the stretch is the easy bit. You're trying to make sure that your hips don't move as you go from one side to the other. Okay, now I'm going to do arm and leg. So again, start keeping the arm and leg on the floor, the hand and the foot touching the mat. Stretching away. So keep that core really strong. Think about pulling navel to spine, and then you won't wobble. So this is called a closed chain movement, so you're touching the floor. Now I'm going to make it into an open chain movement, which is a bit harder. So now we're going to stretch out. We're going to lift the arm and leg, and you're trying to get a straight line from your fingertips to your toes. Now if you don't fancy this one, just keep your fingertips and your toes on the mat. Whoop. So remember, think about the exchange, the transition from one side to the other. Stretching away. Very good. One more each side. And obviously the slower you work, the harder your body's going to work. Great job. Let's come back up and just release your wrists. Very good. Okay, we're going to come down on the side now. I'm going to do a side kick. So we're going to find a long straight line. So really long. If you can, have this underneath arm straight. If that's not comfortable, then pop it here. Or if you need to, pop a block and then bring your arm out in front. Okay, so if you can, long straight arm, pulling in at the waist so the wind can whistle underneath your waist. And the legs, we're going to keep them in a straight line today. Now, if you need to, you can have fingertips in front, but just the fingertips. So if they start going white, you're pushing too far, okay? So just here if you need to. If you don't, let's pop the hand up on the top of the leg. Now, keeping that straight line, we're going to start lifting this top leg. So inhale to prepare, exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Stretching that leg away. And lift. So you're lengthening through the body. Got that two-way stretch going on. Now on the next one, let's hold that at the top. And then we're going to lift the underneath leg and take it down. So if it feels too wobbly, remember you've always got the option of popping the fingertips here. So we're lifting up, squeezing the thighs together, stretching right to your toes. Core muscles here are working really hard. Last one. Okay, now we're going to bring this top leg forward. Now normally in class when we do this, we have this underneath leg on the floor in front, and then you can give a really good kick here. But today we really want to focus on the waist. So we're going to keep in a straight line. We're going to keep both feet slightly off the floor, and very gently we're going to take this top leg forward and then take it back to the centre. Bring it forward and back. So it's very wobbly, so you've got to work really hard. So if you need to, pop the fingertips in front. So it's going to be a much smaller movement, but you're really working your core. Now if you feel comfortable with that, you can start to take it behind. But again, you've got to keep that hip still. This underneath leg is off the floor. So let's exhale as you come forward, inhale as you come back. Now once you feel steady, then let's try and lift this hand again. Ooh, wobbling everywhere. I think I'll keep my finger here today. So without this underneath leg to work for balance, this makes this a very different exercise. And forwards and back. And forwards and back. And last one. And take it down. Very good. Let's swing that round and we'll do the other side. So coming round onto the opposite side. So again, find that long straight line. Pulling in at the waist. Oh, just going to move up a little bit so I don't kick the wall. So long straight line. I'm going to start lifting this leg. Point up and down. Lengthening away through the leg. Stretching it long. Let's do 3 more like this. So again, if you need to, fingertips in front. Last one, let's hold this one here. Now we're going to lift up the underneath leg. So you're squeezing up. Make sure your hips stay one on top of the other. So what tends to happen is we drop this hip back and then you're using all these muscles. You need to stay on the side. So you're just working these obliques. Really firing up your waist muscles. Keep that neck nice and long. Stretching up. 2 more. Very good. Now keeping both feet off the floor, I'm going to start to bring this top leg forward. So just fingertips lightly in front for balance. Exhale forward, inhale back. So this is going to be a much smaller movement than when we're using underneath leg for balance. So the full kick is great when we're focusing on mobility, but if you want to really be working these waist muscles, we need to keep the leg in a straight line. It's got lots of different variations. Just going to try out some different ones. Try and keep that underneath leg lifted. Now if you feel confident, you're going to come forwards and take the leg back. Now if you feel really wobbly, you can either have these fingertips here, or if you need to, pop this underneath leg down on the floor. Yes, so you just try not to wobble everywhere. Keep the leg forwards and back. Forwards and back. Nearly there. Last one. And rest it down. Well done. Let's roll over onto the back. And we're going to come up to sitting. So you can bring one knee in and let's roll up. Very good. We're going to do some roll backs. So we're going to start with a little half roll back just to warm up that spine. So inhale to prepare. Exhale as you roll back. Inhale as you come up. So you're tucking the tailbone under. So this movement starts with the pelvis. Tucking under, pulling navel to spine, lowering back. Now if you want to, you can just carry on with that one. If you want to roll, we're going to do a bit of rolling. So we're going to lift up. Now it's easier if you have your knees a little bit apart. If you want to, keep them going together and we're lightly holding with the fingertips. So tuck your head down, inhale to prepare, exhale as you roll and inhale as you come up. Now if you need to, touch your toes to the floor when you come up. If you don't need to, we're going to find that lovely little balance. Now all of these rolling exercises are fabulous for the mobility in your spine. But just make sure you've got a soft mat underneath you. Don't try and do it straight on the kitchen floor. That'll just be really uncomfortable. 2 more. Very good. So from here we're going to roll down onto the mat. So tuck the tailbone down. If you need to, fingertips here. and gently take it down onto the mat. So we're going to do the 100. So we've got lots of options. So easy options. Going to lift your legs into tabletop position. And you're going to hold them here. So if you can, you're going to have 2 legs. If that's too much, you're going to have 1 leg. And you've got the option of keeping your legs bent, or you can straighten them out. So let's get started. So we're going to find the position. So we're going to start the breathing. And we'll gently pulse the arms up and down. So we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can straighten the legs. And we're going to do 6 more breaths. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. And bring those knees in. Very good. Okay, well done. Now we're going to go into 1 leg circle. So find that set up position again. So make sure you've got that neutral spine. Core muscles engaged. Neck nice and long. Ooh, ponytail's in the wrong place today. And we're going to lift 1 leg. Now you've got lots of options here. So you can do it with your knee bent. What we're going to do is take that knee in a small circle. You want to take this leg straight. You're going to push through the heel, and then you can take it in a slightly bigger circle. Or if you wish to, then you can extend this leg and take it down. So we're going to go nice and slowly, and we're going to do 6 circles in 1 direction. Exhale out, inhale in. And then we're going to change direction and take it back the other way. Good job. So remember, you're keeping your torso nice and still. Try not to put too much pressure on the arms. Otherwise you'll find your arms doing the work. And pull it in. And let's rest it down. And we'll change to the other side. So remember your options. You can work with just the knee in a little circle. And you can take this leg out straight. And then you can have both legs straight if you wish. So lots of options. So I'm going to take this. Let's take it out first. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we'll take it back the other way. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest it down. And let's have a lovely full body stretch. So lengthening through the body. And bring the arms down by your side. Now we're going to do double leg stretch. Now we're going to keep the head down today because we're going to work the front and the back muscles. So we quite often do this with the head up, but that really puts all the pressure on these external muscles here. We're going to do it with the head down, so working that sandwich of muscles between the front and the back. So for double leg stretch, let's do the arms first. So from here, we're going to take the arms back behind you. We're going to take them round. Now what we're going to make sure of is that as you go back, your ribs aren't popping up and your shoulders aren't popping up. So it's a lovely big circle, but you're really stabilising your shoulder girdle. Okay, so that's our arms. Now with our legs, we'll do it with 1 leg at a time first. So as you take the arms back, You're going to stretch that leg out and come back round. And stretch and come back round. If that's okay, bring both legs in and then we'll stretch and come back round. Now what you need to make sure of is that as you stretch, you're not losing control. So if you feel your back is arching or your tummy's popping up as you stretch, then you're going too far. So maybe go back to one leg. Are we ready? So let's go, stretching out. I know you've probably done loads already. Stretch. We're just bringing the knees back into your tabletop position. Stretch. And stretch. And stretch. Exhale every time you stretch. One last one. And hug the knees into your chest. So from here, we're going to come round into a side bend. So we're going to lie on the side. Whoop. So remember, lots of options for your side bend. So we're going to have the feet hooked together. So this top foot, really important, this is flat on the floor because that's going to take your weight. Elbow underneath the shoulder. So we're going to, easy option, all you're going to do is lift up from here and take it down. Exhale up, inhale down. Make it slightly harder. We're going to lift up from here and take it down. Or if you want to work a little bit harder still, we're going to lengthen the legs and we're going to come up. Lifting up. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as you come up. Okay, so you just work to your option. Stretching up. Very good. One last one. And take it down. Let's bring the legs out in front. And we're going to come into the saw. So sitting up tall and straight. Arms out to the side. Inhale as you come round. Exhale as you push forward. Slowly come up and rotate back round. So to rotate, push forward, come up and take it round. Now the arm behind you is going to push down towards the floor in the opposite direction. Lovely stretching, pushing forward. So you're really rotating, and what you need to make sure of is as you come forward, this hip isn't lifting up. So imagine it's glued to the floor. So if it helps, imagine you've got a £50 note tucked under each butt cheek. And if it comes loose, I'm going to come and take it away. Although nowadays we don't seem to use cash anymore. I'm sure I've still got the same notes in my purse as were there when we started lockdown. Everything is just swiped. One more each side. Stretching forward. Last one. And come back up to the centre. Let's bring the feet together. We're going to do spine stretch forward. So again, bottom is glued to the floor. Arms in front. Big deep breath in. And exhale as you roll forward. So the head is coming forward. We're gently, gently coming. Making sure you're working through your spine. And then slowly, slowly stacking all the way up, one bone at a time. So if it helps, you can use the wall behind you and make sure you're peeling away from the top of your back through the spine. Slowly coming up, taking your back onto the wall, one vertebrae at a time. Stretching forward. Slowly coming back up. Let's do two more. Really stretching up tall in between each move. Trying to work right through the spine. And slowly back up. Lovely job. Let's swing the legs around the other side. And we can do the side bend on this side. So again, elbow underneath the shoulder. hooking the feet together. So easier option, inhale here, exhale as you push up, inhale as you come down. Gently lifting up. Want to make it a little bit harder. Going to lift this arm up, but keep the bottom down. Sorry. Lift it up, keep the knee down. I'm distracted because I'm whacking into the kitchen side. Okay, if you want to make it harder still, we're going to have long legs. Now we're going to keep this front foot on the floor, but if you can, as you come up, that underneath leg is off the floor. So it's lifted up off the floor. So have a go at that if you want to. Just try it and see. If that's too much, keep the foot on the floor. One more. And take it down. Very good. From here we're going to come over onto our front. And we're going to go down into a swan dive. So you're going to have the arms either side. Neck nice and long. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as you lift up. Now we're trying to work the thoracic area of the spine, so that's round the ribs. If we can, let's come all the way up. Now the hands are light. So if it helps, imagine you're on some very thin ice. And as you're coming up, you're gently pushing on the ice. And if you push too much, you're going to go through. Exhale up. Inhale down. So these arms are very light. So just come up as far as is comfortable for your back. So people who have a nice arch in their spine, or a little bit of lordosis as it's called, love this exercise. And some people hate it. But our backs are all different. So you're just going to listen to your body. One last one. Very good. Well done. Let's bring the arms in. We're going to push back into your child's pose stretch. Stretch it right back. Very good. And we're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to roll up. And we're going to come into our roll down and push up. So we're going to stand nice and tall at the end of the mat. So big deep breath in. Exhale as you let your head tuck down. Let the arms come down. Rolling all the way down. We're going to come forward. So 3 walks forward with the hands. Drop the knees down if you need to. Head forward and we're going to lower down. And we're going to come up. So this is all about control. Tuck those toes under. 1, 2, 3 walks back. Tuck the tailbone under. Slowly, slowly. All the way up to the top. Big deep breath in. Exhale as you come down. So we're also practicing on our flow technique. 1, 2, 3. Take it down. So it's a smooth, continuous movement. Tuck the toes down. Slowly, slowly come back up. Big deep breath. Slowly as you can. Smooth flowing movements doesn't mean that we're rushing. Nice and controlled. Going to do 2 more. Slowly coming back up. Big deep breath in. Exhale as you roll down. 1, 2, 3, forward. If you need to, if you can, keep your legs straight. Slowly lower down. Or slowly come up. That wasn't a very good one. Slowly come back up. Big deep breath in. Last one. Oh, push it up. And let's come back up. Slowly, slowly. All the way back up. Very good. Well done. Let's just take a couple of big deep breaths. So we're going to breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. One more. Very good. And we're done for today. Hope you enjoyed that short little Pilates session. Have a lovely time and I will see you soon. Bye for now.